First up, gold medal. You see our teams walking out there. The gold medal match in compound, Kiwi Voels. Do you know which team is Kiwi Voels and which team is
They're
Rose
the ones,
Between Two Thorns?
On the left, on target 1, is the Kiwi Voels.
Okay, in the grey.
Yeah.
So that's Kiwi Voels in the grey there. We've got Lisa Walker, Ben Trim, and Riku Van Tonda.
The shirts they're wearing are from Caveman Archery, which is an archery shop run about the Waikato or Cambridge, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and over on target number 2, Rose Between Two Thorns is the team name. We've got Nate Butterfield, Elizabeth Randall, and Gary Young. What about their outfits? Where have they come from?
Elizabeth is from Rotorua.
Yeah, right.
She's a fantastic shooter. She's been to a couple of Youth World Champs and some World Cups as well. Nate is from Australia. I don't know him personally, but I've heard he's pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and same for Gary.
And you mentioned, is that how you pronounce it before, that Kiwi Voels, KWE VOELS, all in different capitals and stuff. It might be like KWE VOELS.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was South African.
Is there a couple of these South African
yeah,
there?
Riku is South African,
Riku.
if I'm correct, yeah.
Okay. So leading things off will be, will it always go on to
the highest,
number 1?
So the highest rank archers get to choose whether they want to shoot first or second.
Okay.
So for the first set, the Rose Between Two Thorns will get to shoot first. But whoever's behind, oh, sorry, I made a mistake there. The other ones are shooting first.
So who's the higher ranked archers?
So it must be the these ones on target 1.
Okay. Boom, opens up.
Solid shot.
Opens up with a 9. So you take all. So your team takes all 3 of their shots, do they?
Yeah, that's
Before
right.
handing it over.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you shoot 1 each, and then the other team will shoot 1 each as well. Looks like that wind is a little left-right there.
Yeah, it's pushing it slightly right. Oh, here's Von Tonda.
Yeah. He's a great shot.
989 to lead.
Yeah, so the difference between recurve and compound in terms of how you shoot it is compound is a lot more about aiming and recurve is about rhythm. So they'll spend a lot longer generally at full draw making sure they get their dot perfectly in the center of the target.
And oh yes, on the little magnifying target glass.
That's right.
There.
So they can only see pretty much the yellow, I believe. I've only shot a compound once, so might need clarification on that.
Oh, so when you're looking through the target glass, the magnifying glass, you can only see the yellow.
Yeah.
Because you're not even zoomed out to the red or blue.
Yeah, I think it's like 40 times magnification. So they've got a little, what's called a peep on their string, so they'll look through that. So it's like a little magnifying glass.
Yep.
Look through that, through the big one there.
Yep.
So it's like a double aiming, if that makes sense.
Yep. So they've opened with 2 9s, Rose Between Two Thorns.
9.
3 9s, a 27 to kick things off. And a 26 for Kiwi Voels after the first little shootout. And so they do, and it's just at the end of this. It's not about
9.
Another 9 there. It's not. It's all just about you just accumulate all the bows. You were saying
all the arrows
all
for the
arrows,
points.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So with compound and match play, they'll add up all the arrows, and whoever has most points win. In recurve, we do the sets, which gives you a good chance to come back from a bad shot. Where in compound, if you make a mistake, it can be deadly.
Yeah. Nine, possibly a 10, so they're assuming it might be touching the line of the black there. Because you just have to, if you touch the line, you get the high number.
That's correct. Yep. Awesome shot.
Oh, that's a 10. That's a bullseye. Did you say bullseye?
No.
Not on the sport?
Bullseye is not a thing.
It's darts.
Yeah.
Joe from Seattle has a message on Facebook. He'd like to educate the commentator.
Oh, fantastic. What have they got to say?
I think they're just saying I need some education around archery.
Oh, me or you?
No, you're fine. It's just me. My name's Luke, and I'm new to archery.
That's all good. Got to start somewhere.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, you can see the thing he's holding in his hand is a release aid. And they'll either have a trigger, which forces a string to let go, or a hinge release, where they'll rotate it and it will come off the string to release the arrow.
Another, they got 2 of them in there, didn't they? 2
Yeah,
was that
great.
3 10s in that last? What can I see over
I
there?
think so.
Bam. So the hand piece you're talking about, the little trigger bit, it's on the outside of the knuckles. Like if you make a fist, is that where the bow?
No, so it's on the inside.
On the inside.
Yeah, so it lays across the second groove.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes 4, sometimes 3, depending on the length of it.
Yep.
And then the thumb will be used to pull the trigger if there is one. But if it's a hinge, then the thumb is just relaxed.
Why do you think this isn't in the Olympics?
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's just because recurve is a bit more traditional per se,
Sure.
along with sports like Olympic weightlifting, which
Sure.
have their place in the games.
Yep.
But they're pushing to get compound in the Olympics. They've managed to get it into the Commonwealth Games before.
Yep.
Awesome, so they're all tied up for this first set. So compound will always go to 5 sets, unlike recurve, which can finish up a little early.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's good. They're all good archers, so it should be a pretty close match. It's exciting to see them so well matched.
So 54 each, which makes things very close. You know, they've all had 2 shots there.
Yeah.
And for it to come out even,
Yeah.
it means
very
there's
good.
not much room for error at all. So 1 shot outside the yellow or even into the blue. If you get into the blues, that's your real weak point in your.
Yeah, a blue for
You're
a
right.
compound is not such a good thing.
No. Okay, you
they're
don't see that
hoping.
much.
Yeah, so they're mainly aiming to keep everything inside the yellow.
It's 9s and 10s.
Yeah, in recurve you can get away with a wayward one here and there
Yep.
because of the set system, but with a cumulative, no way. Looks like they're about to go again.
KWE VOELS. Because it was a draw, they just lead off because they led off last time.
Yeah, that's right.
Otherwise, the loser losing would go first normally, right?
Yeah. So
Challenger
normally,
goes
if you're behind in the match, you get to shoot first. Shooting first takes the pressure off quite a lot
Yep.
because you're not trying to play catch up per se.
Sure.
Lisa's been shooting really well this competition. It's fantastic to see. Good shot.
Boom.
It's a great one. Great line right in the middle.
Yeah.
In the middle of our targets, we've got what we call the spider. I'm not sure if any of the others have mentioned that.
No, they
yet.
haven't heard the
Yeah,
spider.
so it's like a little crosshair type thing, and it's in the very center of the target. And if you hit that, it's called the spider.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a
You don't
great
get any extra points, unfortunately. But
10. So you don't get any extra points for hitting the spider?
no, but it's more kind of just its own reward, knowing you're very accurate.
How's this? Buff.
That's
Replay.
awesome.
Great shot.
Yeah, fantastic. Such good shot execution.
Boom. 8.
And was a little jumpy. Might be why it dropped low.
Elizabeth Randall. Rose between 2 thorns.
Yep.
Team name.
So calm and confident. It's great.
Yep.
So that one there, she kind of
Two
tried to
eights.
steer a little bit.
You mean after the shot? You see
Yeah,
it kind
so
of-
sometimes when you release a shot, you can feel it's going high, low, left or right, and you'll move your bow arm to try and correct for it, but generally the arrow's already gone, so not much you can do.
Yeah.
Nice.
10. Okay.
Good shot.
Keep them in the game. A 9, 10 and a 10 so far this round from KWE VOELS. An 8, 8 and a 10 from Rose between 2 thorns. Back to KWE VOELS now.
9.
Boom, another 9 on the cards.
Another interesting thing to note with compound is they've got 2 target faces instead of 1 like we have in recurve. And although they shoot 2 arrows each, there can only be 3 in each target face. So one archer has to shoot 1 in the left one and 1 in the right one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
If I was a compound shooter, that would freak me out a little bit.
So you have to
But-
switch. So if you've done one in the left, you've got to go to the right next.
Yep, so that's only if only one of the archers has to do that.
Sure.
So they can either all shoot, say 1 in the first, 1 in the second arrow, they all shoot in the right one, or someone will shoot both of theirs in the left and the other person both in the right, and the third person split it, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're left and right-handed, would that you'd choose to go a certain side? Does it change things?
I guess it depends on the archer. Most people are okay with either or.
What are you, left or right?
Well, I'm left-handed, but I shoot right-handed, just a right eye dominance.
Ambidextrous?
No, just because my right eye is dominant,
Yeah,
and that's
okay.
the aiming one, so...
Yep. Another 9. Right, okay. Triple 9s there, was it?
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like they're all slightly low. Having a couple drop down.
Back over to Rose between 2 Thorns. Elizabeth Randall
Nice.
pops in a 10. Pick up a couple extra points back after those 2 8s previously.
Nice. Good
Oh,
shot.
Another 10. Keeping themselves well in it.
Yeah. It's good to see. It's always interesting with team match play how people gel together. Some people are great individual shooters and then can't seem to find the right teammates, but both of these teams seem to be doing really well together, so that's awesome to see.
That's something we were discussing earlier, whether you can be a good individual shooter or in a terrible team player.
Yeah.
It's the pressure of teams and, you know, if someone's done a bad shot, then you've got to make up for it.
Yeah.
It's not all on your shoulders. So that is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you enjoy? The team, the individual events?
I think I'm a better individual shooter because I get more nervous and then it brings out my best performance.
Sure.
In a team, I relax too much knowing they've got my back. That makes sense.
I'll leave it up to
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. But I mean, teams is always fun, just something a little different because it's such an individual sport that you train by yourself quite a lot and yeah.
Really solid in that time. Release a bit of Riku. Took some 2 points ahead. 111 to 109.
Here we go. So we've got our scores in from the judges. Here it is here on screen. KWE VOELS at 111, 111. Rose between 2 Thorns at 109. So only 2 points.
Yeah, still, it's very close, but 2 points can be a lot in compound if you're getting a lot of 10s.
True.
Yeah,
Like you say, it doesn't spread far, does it? It's all 9s and 10s.
totally, yeah.
2 points, catching that back up. You got to hope that someone else loses 2, gets an 8, or
Yep.
yeah.
Got to keep as many arrows in the 10 as you possibly can.
So that means Rose between 2 Thorns will take this off. Start us off on our third. What do you call it? Third league?
Third set.
Set.
Every round is a set.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Third set. And 5 sets.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's correct for individuals. I can't remember if it's the same for compound teams.
Okay.
Having never shot a compound, that's why.
Sure. Having never commentated archery ever.
Nope, this is the first for me as well.
Loading his bow. Pulling it back.
Strong setup.
Yeah. Boom.
Nice.
He looked happy. He looked
Yep.
happy.
A little bit to the right, though.
What's the thing across the chest? I see.
Oh,
wearing that.
so
Is that just the
those
bag?
they're binoculars actually.
Oh.
So it's a compound trend as such that they started, and then recurvers kind of copied it as well.
Yep.
So when you're shooting, you can either have a scope like the coaches do, and the boxes at the back there.
Yep.
Or you can carry binos and check your arrows with that.
So, oh yeah, I see the guy behind. He's got his binos out and he's off.
Yep.
A 9, 9, and an 8.
Bit high.
Leaves a small window for KWE VOELS to maybe extend the lead there. They can keep all 3 in the yellow.
Very confident setup.
Boom.
Nice.
Ball.
Clean. That was a clean shot. You could tell that was going straight for the middle.
Yeah, it was power. Yeah, when you say the confident setup, just straight draw, held.
Yep. The shot broke really clean.
Mm.
You can see how they really spend a bit more time aiming.
Wow.
That's awesome. They spend a bit more time aiming than a recurve would.
Mm.
Awesome. Wow, that's great shooting.
108. You know, you say that's not darts. What do you say there? Spider, spider, spider.
Nah, they probably all wouldn't have been able to hit that, but that was fantastic. Yeah, so we'll just say that's a perfect.
Just a perfect setup.
Can't get
Triple
better
10.
than that.
Yep.
Yeah.
30 points.
Puts the pressure on the other team for sure.
Absolutely.
9.
So it's the second half of this set now. Rose between two Thorns, shooting at the moment. So far they've got a 9, 9, 8, and that last one was another 9. This is Elizabeth Randall. Good camera shot.
10.
Awesome.
10. Woof.
They can still keep the pressure on the team that's leading if they put in some good shots now,
Yeah.
because the other team has to shoot again and will feel the pressure to keep up the lead they've created. Awesome. Some great
There it
shooting
goes.
today.
They finished strong.
Yeah.
A 9, 9, 8, a 9, 10, 10. Back over to Kiwi Voels, who in this set have got nothing but 10s.
Look like they're keeping their cool so far. Nice.
There's another one.
Fantastic
4 10s in
shooter,
a
Ben.
row.
Good job. Lisa Walker up next. Nine. Good.
These are very strong shooters.
They are still keeping them all in the yellow, which is good.
Is this Riku Van Tonda? is
That's
it?
correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in a number of events coming up this afternoon.
Yeah, he's very consistent, very accurate. Wow,
Yes,
look
there
at
it is,
that.
Another 10.
They managed to keep it together. Didn't get too excited over their early lead.
No, and I think they have extended it slightly by a few more points.
I would say so, yeah. Looks like a 59 to me.
So
So
your arms actually, see that rear arm of that shooter there, you sort of twist it overhand.
yeah, so the compounders, they'll have their hand facing outwards,
Yeah.
with the back of their hand up against their face.
Yeah.
And that's just due to the trigger that they're
Okay, the
using.
thumb trigger.
Yeah.
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 And the recurve setup is your palms against the side of your face.
Yeah, so you use the top of your hand and the index finger up against your jaw to get a solid reference point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because a compound, you pull it back and it stops at a certain draw length.
Yep.
So they kind of can lean on that
Yep.
to pull their shot through, but a recurve gets heavier as you pull it back.
Yep.
So you need a solid anchor point to make
With
sure
you.
that you can pull through strong and smooth.
Awesome. Okay, they're just doing some quick maths here.
Yep.
Pulling the arrows out of the targets.
Compound arrows can go through pretty far.
Yeah.
It can be a bit
Looks like
difficult to pull out.
So we've moved it to a 6-point lead now. Kiwi Voels. Lisa Walker, Ben Trim, Riku Van Tonda.
Epic shooting from them.
There it is. There's your scores there. So they'll
Cool.
set back up for another set now.
Yep, they'll be feeling pretty confident. Hopefully they can keep up their great shooting.
Yeah, as you said earlier, 6 points, or 2 points you said at that stage. So 6 points is quite a lead.
It is, yeah. If the other team shoot really strong, they may be able to catch up and then we get to see a shoot off.
Yeah.
But you never know what's about to happen in match play.
Yep. Opens up with a 9.
Good
Rose
start.
between two Thorns. Is that Gary or Nate?
That's Nate.
That's Nate. Well done, Nate. This is Elizabeth. Ten. A 9. A
Good.
10. What can Gary add? Boom. Pulls it back.
So you can see that little dot right in the scope there.
Yeah.
Were you able to see that, the little
I did
green
little
thing
see
in
the
the middle?
dot, yes.
Yeah, so they'll put that right over the 10 and hopefully it will land there.
Wow.
The trick with the aiming is to be able to hold steady while still pulling through your shot smoothly. Because if you over-aim too much, then you get all shaky and it's not going to go in there. Ben's shooting really consistently. This is
Yeah, they
awesome.
opened up. They got a lot of 10s, Kiwi Voels. Last set, they got 5 out of 6 shots were a 10.
9.
Cool, almost a 10. Close.
It's Lisa Walker shooting there, and this is Riku Van Tonda.
Nice. I was about to say a little bit of a long hold, but I do remember he has a slower shot process, so.
The shot process, yeah, the sort of the setup, the aim, the loading of the arrow.
Yeah, so it's your
Pull back.
whole routine from the moment that you knock your arrow on the string to when you release and follow through. That's what we call a shot process, and everyone does the same thing,
Yep.
the exact same way every time. That helps you be consistent.
That suits them.
Yeah, totally. Everyone's individualized on
Yep.
the way that they do things, and even the self-talk that you'll use as well.
Sure.
Yep,
It's all important.
absolutely. Mind game is huge in archery.
Yeah.
If you don't have it down, then the pressure will get to you.
Yep.
Also looking like they're just a bit out, still trying to find the 10 there. Oh. Oh, still managed to
He's got
get it
after,
in.
after a little
So
wiggle.
that was a bit of a flinch there.
He knows it, a little laugh.
Yeah.
Got that one away. Well done, sir. Oh, but you got to be happy with that. It's a 10. You can't do any better.
Yeah, that was impressive to be able to pull it through after a little wiggle. Nice.
Another 10. He is sharp.
Yeah, he's on form today.
Yeah, he is.
It's great to see the younger ones stepping up and shooting the longer distances and performing really well. Oh, seems reasonably pleased with that. Riku following up for the last shot. Looks solid.
9 points
Wow.
and the win.
Awesome.
That is the gold medal match compound aspect of archery here at the New Zealand Nationals. Archery Nationals 2019. One Tree Hill. They're the winners there. It is KWE VOELS, consisting of Lisa Walker, Ben Trim, and Riku Van Tonda.
That was a fantastic match. So close. Such good shooting.